everyone, and welcome back to Wanderlust Reports. Today's journey starts here at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, but our real adventure will begin a bit further east. After a quick flight to Vienna in Austria, I'll be flying with Austrian Airlines in Premium Economy all the way to Bangkok. Let's see what the experience is like. Checking at the machine is fast and hassle-free, and now I've got to wait in line to drop off my bag. The process here is just as efficient. I simply scan my boarding pass and place my bag, already tagged, on the belt. There it goes. Fingers crossed we'll be reunited in Bangkok. Now it's time to head to gate 65 to board my flight to Vienna. Just a bit of queuing at security, and here we are in the boarding satellite. This short hop to Vienna will be aboard an Airbus A320. A little bit of plane spotting on the taxiway, and now we're ready for takeoff. Less than 2 hours later, after a smooth and uneventful flight, we're descending over Vienna. It's 10 p.m. and this area of Vienna Airport feels completely deserted. My next flight departs from the G section of the airport. Hopefully there will be a bit more activity on that side. After clearing customs, since we're leaving the Schengen area, we've arrived in a somewhat livelier part of the airport. I couldn't help stopping by the duty-free to grab some of those classic Austrian Mozart Kugeln chocolates. I said it was a bit livelier, but let's be clear. It's still nothing like the metro at rush hour. Looking at the board, only 7 flights are set to depart after 10:30 p.m. and Bangkok is the last one to depart. Except for the duty-free, everything's closed. So it's me and the vending machine for a drink tonight. Seeing one of those cramped little smoking rooms always reminds me how lucky I am not to be a smoker. Finally, it's time to board the Boeing 777-200. Let the Premium Economy adventure begin. This is our ride for the night, and half of tomorrow too. This premium economy cabin has 40 seats, arranged in a 242 configuration. One thing to note, I'm seated in the last row of premium economy, and there's no real separation from the economy cabin behind, just a small divider. Got myself a window seat, and the seat next to me is empty. Can't ask for more. Let's check out the features of this premium economy seat and see how comfortable it really is. The headrest is thick and comfortable, with foldable wings for support, and it's adjustable in height too. They give you a fluffy pillow and a warm blanket. Glad I had them, because it did get a bit cold on board. Having two windows was great, but sitting over the wing did limit the view a little. The seat pitch was excellent. I had plenty of legroom. The IFE screen was nice and large, with good quality, though it could get a bit reflective depending on the light. A nice, good-looking headset was provided, but I stuck with my own, so I can't really judge the audio quality. The amenity kit looked a bit on the cheap side, but it did include the essentials: socks, an eye mask, earplugs, and a toothbrush. This remote control turned out to be more annoying than helpful. Every time my right leg brushed against the built-in joystick, it would trigger a square target to appear on the screen. The seat also came with two USB ports, one near the in-flight entertainment screen and the other one on the side of the armrest. Triggered by this button, the seat recline was a major upgrade over standard economy, offering a generous 40-degree angle. Finally, the in-flight entertainment system was one of the most comprehensive I've ever seen, with over 200 movies available. You could also choose from almost 200 music albums and podcasts. With an interesting kids selection too. The entertainment options didn't stop there. There were nearly 300 TV shows available. A great feature if you've missed any episodes of your favorite series. Just before departure, the very courteous and efficient crew offered us a choice of orange juice or water. There would be 2 meals served during the flight, a full meal shortly after takeoff, and a lighter breakfast about 90 minutes before landing. Oh, and by the way, the flight was scheduled to last 9 hours and 15 minutes. Right on schedule, at 11:45 p.m, we were pushed back and ready to begin our journey. The safety video was shown at that point, which felt a bit late since it's typically played before the aircraft starts moving. And off we go. As soon as we reached cruising altitude, we were handed a hot towel and the meal was promptly served. For me, grilled chicken breast in tarragon mustard sauce. I really like the Austrian Airlines specific triangle-shaped containers. They look stylish and give a nice touch to the meal tray. I also treated myself to a glass of French red wine along with some water to go with the meal. One nice perk of Premium Economy is the use of real metal cutlery, a clear step up from the wooden utensils typically handed out in economy. The chicken breast was really tender, and the green beans, carrots and potatoes served alongside it were excellent, flavorful and perfectly cooked. But the real star of the meal was the sauce. Rich, creamy, and so delicious that I couldn't resist soaking it up with some bread at the end. I thoroughly enjoyed the meal and wrapped it up with a glass of Baileys and some water. I usually find it really hard to sleep on planes, even on night flights. But this time, with the excellent seat recline and the cozy warm blanket, I managed to get over 3 hours of sleep, which for me is quite a feat. When I woke up, we were cruising over Pakistan, with just a little over 5 hours left to go. After watching a few movies, it was time for breakfast. Breakfast was a real treat. Croque monsieur, scrambled eggs, bread with jam and cottage cheese served over raspberry compote. A very enjoyable start to the morning. Shortly after breakfast, we began our descent towards Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. Rain was falling over Bangkok as we taxied to our gate, setting a calm and moody atmosphere for our arrival. time to bid farewell to the aircraft that brought us smoothly and safely across more than 8,000 kilometers. Our gate was at Satwen, the new satellite terminal at Suvarnabhumi Airport, which I actually covered in a video last week, so we had to take the automated people mover to reach the main terminal. You can't enter Thailand now without completing a TDAC form. Luckily, it's easy to fill out. You can do it online in advance, which I did, or grab one just before customs when you arrive. After about 15 minutes in the customs queue, I arrived at the baggage carousel just as my suitcase was coming down the belt. I booked this as part of a round-trip ticket combining this Austrian Airlines flight with a Swiss return flight. The total cost from Paris to Bangkok and back was 1,051 euros, which means this premium economy flight came to 525 euros or about 578 US dollars. So what's the final verdict on this Austrian Airlines Premium Economy flight from Vienna to Bangkok? Overall, I rated the experience 17.1 out of 20, and here's why. The seat was excellent, with a generous recline that even allowed me to sleep for over 3 hours, a personal record. The in-flight entertainment screen was high quality, with a fantastic selection of movies, TV shows, and music. Both meals were delicious, especially the dinner, with tender chicken and a creamy sauce I couldn't resist mopping up with the bread. It's also worth mentioning the great value for money. 525 euros for a premium economy long-haul flight is quite reasonable. And finally, the service both on board and at the airport was courteous and efficient throughout. The only downsides? The remote control, awkwardly placed near the leg, often got unintentionally activated, something Austrian might want to rethink. But mainly, it was not a direct flight. Would I fly Austrian Premium Economy again? Absolutely, especially if they maintain this balance of comfort, quality and price.